Bracket notation is a way to get a character at a specific index within a string. So you can see right here we have for the first name Alex, and right here we have the first letter of the first name equals the first name, and then here's the bracket notation. You can see there's brackets with a number inside. So in the computer science and programming languages, we don't start counting at 1 like humans do. They start at 0, which is called zero-based indexing. So with the number 0, that refers to the first index of a string. So you can imagine A is 0, L is 1, E is 2, and X is 3. So it's 4 characters, but the last character X isn't gonna be 4, it is going to be 3. So when we say here for the first letter of first name equals first name and then in bracket 0, we will store here A in it, because like I said, computer science and programming languages are zero-based indexing. So we don't start counting at 1, we start counting at 0. So let's quickly see that in the console. Let's first clear it and now say console.log and copy this over. And if I now click on run, we see here A. Okay, so let me show you another example. Let's say we want to get the 5th letter of the last name McDonald's. So we would say, so first of all we declare a new variable. I called it first letter of last name and set only 2 empty quotation marks with no string in it. Then I declared and initialized my second variable called last name. Now we can say first letter of last name equals last name, and now we do these 2 brackets, and now I said I want the 5th character to show. So we can do then again console.log and put here first letter of last name, and let me quick bring up my highlight tool. So we see here McDonald's and we don't see it now. Let me quickly, so we have here McDonald's. If I spell it here so that you can see, that you can have a better understanding what I mean. So I'm sorry for my spelling, it's actually quite hard to spell it with the mouse. I don't have a trackpad. So we have here McDonald's. So like I said, programming and computer science don't start counting at 1. No, we start counting at 0. Zero-based indexing. So M is index 0. C is index 1. D is index 2. O is index 3. N is index 4. A is index 5. L is index 6. A is index 7. And S is index 8. Alright, so if we for example say here console.log first letter of last name, and before do that let us also say console.log last name dot length, and now let's make sure we spell it correctly. And if I now clear the console and comment out this console.log here above, and if I now click on run, we see first of all we see 9. Why do we see 9? Because our last name McDonald's has 9 letters in it, but because it's zero-based indexing, we don't start counting at 1, so we end up with an index from 0 to 8, which will be the same in the human counting. So if you now say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, we see that this is correctly. We have 9 characters for McDonald's, but if we want to use this bracket to pick up a character between our string. For example, we want to have access to the 5th character of our string. We have to count from 0, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 is in this case the letter A, and this is also the letter we see here in the console. So that was about bracket notation in JavaScript, and I will see you in the next lecture.